Hi, I'm Shara Turner, Clinical Director here at Sabino Recovery, a licensed professional counselor. I have been here at Sabino going on my 6th year in this role. I absolutely love the work that we do at Sabino, mainly because the focus is not ever on what is wrong with the individual. It's always about what happened to that person that drives what we like to refer to as maladaptive coping mechanisms, ways that they have survived traumatic or stressful events in their life. And part of our goal is to teach them new adaptive ways to manage stress, manage anxiety, manage the triggers in their environment, so they can move into healthier, more productive ways of living their life. And we use a very holistic, integrative, individualized approach, which I find to be one of the most effective ways to treat human beings, because they're humans. They're not numbers, they're not their diagnosis, they're not a label, they're human beings. And so that's really what I love about Sabino. One of the greatest modalities that we use here at Sabino, I think, and I'm probably a little biased because I am an equine therapist. I started working with horses when I was very young, and they've always just brought me a sense of peace and solitude, but I never really knew why until I went through the training to become an equine therapist. The thing about horses is they don't operate from the executive functioning part of the brain, that frontal lobe, or that, the part of the brain that is the last to develop. They say that isn't even developed till you're 25 or 26. But that's our reasoning, that's our judgment part of the brain. It's what makes us human, develops speech. Horses don't have that, or they don't operate from that. They operate from what we call the limbic system, the emotional control center. And because they don't have that judgment part of the brain, or that constant narrative of, unworthiness and unsafety and never good enough, that kind of voice in our head, they're so in touch with their emotions and with their environment. And so because they're so in touch with their instincts, their emotions, their environment, they can sense whatever energy we're bringing that to the arena, and then can lovingly, non-judgmentally mirror that back to us. The other reason that we use horses in therapy is because they are prey animals, so their very survival depends on living in the moment. Human beings don't spend a lot of time in the moment mindful. They spend a lot of time in the future or in the past. And so just being around horses brings that sense of mindfulness. And horses have really good boundaries. I always say, listen, they're not going to take care of you, they're going to take care of themselves. So if they step on your toe, it's not because they're being mean, it's because you got in their way. I have just found it to be one of the most healing modalities that I've ever done in my career. And also you would do it outside. So you've got, the sky, you've got the mountains, you're honing in on all of your senses, which also brings about kind of that mindfulness. And it's a great way for people that cannot relate to human beings. They can relate to that animal and start to process and talk about and vent some of those events in their life that really cause them a great deal of distress. Horses have an amazing capacity to hold space.